Hey, how's it going? So, just catching up with the pumpkin fermentation. The main one, which is this one here, is pretty much done. There's some bits floating on top. I think that's more to do with the pumpkin. So the fermentation looks like it's done. Here's the pumpkin fermenter, and it's held its shape pretty well. It's dried out a wee bit around the corners, and this is our first look under the lid, so we'll see. Oh yeah. So it's almost done, I think, but because of how it's open to everything, I want to get it bottled while it's still sort of fermenting. I don't really have anything small enough to sort of decant into now it's done its main part of the fermentation, and it's only about 1 litre, so I've got 3 bottles sterilised, and I'm just gonna bottle it up, and probably aim to undercarb it, just because there's probably some sugars that still needs to be eaten up by the yeast, just so we don't get any sort of oxidation problems or stumps with the pumpkin starting to sort of fall apart. So while I'm doing that, you guys can go and catch up with the Funky Barrel crew. Last night we emptied the barrel of the red IPA, and we refilled it back up with the old brew. So check that out, and I'll catch you in a minute. So Douglas, explain to me what you've got in here. There's a pump and a...
Yeah, a pump within a bucket, and basically spraying stuff up into the barrel and filling it.
Can't get you guys say... Okay, so that's star sand and stuff in there as well, is it? Or is it just water at the moment?
No, that's just foam from the yeast and other crap that's in the barrel. I reckon we should change it out and give it some clean water.
Right, so we're conditioning our barrel with a bit of hail tonight. Is it sleet? Oh, right.
We'll argue about what it is, but still.
And it's back into its home, which will be now for quite a long time. So here it is, the first clear running. It's lovely. Oh, maybe not. Going down and filling up the barrel. So this is Sour Beer, the old brew, going in.
I can sanitize it, but to be honest, are we worried?
We have a air sanitized funnel.
You shook it.
Right. Right, here we go.
We'll see.
Here we go. Barrel is inoculated. It's no going back. Oh, it's too inoculated. Oh no.
It's us. Far out.
There you go, there's the inside of our fermenter. There's a wee bit in the bottom, and we managed to get 2 bowls out of it, which I could have sworn 1 litre went in, so maybe it's sucked it up on the side, I don't know. But we had hopefully got 2 here. We can taste test against other. Yeah, so that part of the pumpkin beer is now bottled. Awesome. I mean, obviously the fermenter smelled really pumpkiny. So whether that's infused into the beer as well, it probably should have done. I'd have thought. It seems like we lost a bit of fluid somewhere along the way. Although I mean, it only fitted about 1 litre anyway. But so what's that? 630, 700 ml. Yeah, maybe a bit sucked into the pumpkin, but hey. So beer mail. The shop celebrated its first birthday yesterday, so we've now been going 1 year. So it's been quite interesting. This first year I did some stats, and I think we'd milled over like 5 tonne of malt, sold over 150 kgs of hops, and some like 1,700 packets of dried yeast. So yeah, pretty stoked. And the partial mash kits have gone well. The range that we started in the shop, which added 3 more to today with an IPA, an ESB, and an amber ale. So so yeah, one of my customers who also does like the small 5-gallon batches brought me this, which he said is a red IPA, but wasn't very red and wasn't very hoppy. So probably just a pale ale. And looking at it, it's actually a twisty top. But it certainly fits nicely. Oh, it's got a bit of colour. Probably can't see that too well, but yeah, it just needs a little bit more redness. Maybe a bit of Shepherd's Delight, or even just a bit of chocolate, just to redden it up a wee bit. Yeah, for an IPA, it's just lacking that aroma, but oh yeah, it's got a nice fruity taste, but just needs some aroma hops there. I think it'd be absolutely fine. Tastes nice, and doesn't seem to be any faults jumping out or anything. Yeah, nice refreshing pale ale, reddish pale ale. So yeah, you've probably just seen the funky barrel is now done and it's inoculated. So I don't know when we'll next catch up with that. We'll let the bugs do their thing. Apparently, when we went to siphon out the original beer, the IPA, there was a pellicle on top. So it's possible the barrel had already got something in it to begin with. So who knows what we're going to get out of it? But it should be fun. You know, it's just a good way. I'd certainly recommend it to anyone out there with a big group of you. Just get together and brew a beer. You know, we're looking at setting another one off in a white barrel this time, and maybe doing like a breaded saison or a breaded kolsch, something like that. It'd be, you know, just interesting beers. What's coming up? The SJ Pour Challenge. My entry just needs to be bottled, and I just bought all the bits, and I borrowed a Blickman beer gun, so I'll be bottling that up on Sunday to send off on Monday up to Paul. So fingers crossed the beer's still good. I ran out of gas yesterday at home, so hopefully I'm going to take my gas bottle from the shop home tonight, just to make sure it's, you know, it's on and there's no worries about it dropping carbonation or getting oxidised if there's a seal problem. So fingers crossed, because I'll be annoyed if that is ruined. But it seemed to have pressure last night, so because there's plenty of, you know, CO2 in it, that should keep the pressure going. Fingers crossed it was the other keg that was naked. So yeah, with the anniversary of the shop, thanks to everyone that supported us. You know, it's one thing to take a thought on a piece of paper and think, well, I think there's a need for this sort of shop in Christchurch, and to go ahead and do it and then be supported to the level we have is just fantastic. You know, still you know, more than half of our sales here are raw grainers, and there's already established brew shops in the city. So those kit and kilo people and those you know, spirits and wines and stuff, they've already got their places they go to. So you know, we're getting by mostly on all grainers, and it just shows that there was that need. You know, to mill 5 ton of malt over a year, that's a lot of malt. So there's a lot of people making, you know, a lot of good beer out there. And hopefully with the partial mash kits, you know, the 2 or 3 people I know now have moved through to all graining because of them, which is, you know, great, and that's what they were made for. You know, there was within Christchurch there was that bit missing. You know, the knowledge to help those people that wanted to brew better beer to sort of move through and start making that bit of beer that they wanted to make, instead of, you know, just failing on kits and then just giving up on it. So yeah, it's been good. And then, you know, this next year, who knows what it's going to bring. Hopefully a larger shop. We had the architect and a fire inspector here last week, and they were just doing the final parts to the plans to go into the council. So I thought the submission had already been done to the council for consent, but apparently it hadn't. So that will be going in within this next 2 weeks, and then that will really get the ball rolling. Hopefully that gets through and the answer all the questions in time. So that normally takes about 4 to 5 weeks once submitted. So that then takes us through to what, September, almost October. So it'll be, who knows, after Christmas, I'm assuming. But I mean, at this point, we're just do it whenever. Doesn't bother me. I just want to get in there and get sorted. And then we'll have lots of fun, and our videos will be much better. We'll be able to do lots of cool shit. Right, yo, I'm gonna go finish this beer off and have fun out there. And good luck with your SJ Pour entries if you've got them going. I know the UK was swapping, and you know, New Zealand will be swapping in about a week and a half's time. So good fun. Take care. Cheers. Bye.